Okay, so you finished reading the whole text, and our learning goal, once again, let's just take a look at it to remind ourselves, is to use your inferences to go deep to figure out what the author is really trying to tell you in this piece. Okay? So, I'm going to ask you what you think the author's message is again. What do you think it is? What is the author trying to get us to understand here from this reading? Any clue? You guys think of something? What's the message, the real learning that he's asking you to do? Are you guys unsure? Are you unsure? Are you not sure? Okay, so let's do a little retell. Talk to your partner about what you just read in the story. Let's do a retell. So thinking about what the events that happened. You guys talk and you guys talk and see if we can really talk about the meaning of the text, okay? Go ahead.
Yusufa was like a chain, and it was like they got the fish and the frogs, and then later they were looking for porcupines because they said like quills, and
Is it the
then
same
Became
kind every
specific
time?
about what they wanted to take away.
it's kind of weird because like animals, they kind of have their own language, but how did the animals understand if the humans were terrible things?
How did they, that's a really good point. How did they understand that?
Yeah.
Well, if you saw somebody doing something to Axa that you didn't like and you didn't stop them, but you noticed how awful they were treating her, wouldn't you think those people were terrible?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I was a frog, would I like the terrible things? Why not?
Small comparison.
Because I'm small compared to them? Okay. And what did they do to me in this passage? What did they do to me in this text?
Captured.
Captured me. Do you think they're taking me to a special place to be happy in Neverland?
They're gonna eat you.
Maybe they're going to eat me. So if I see these things happening around me, am I excited about it?
No.
Okay, so what do I think?
Scared.
Scared, okay. We have come for any creature that is white, the terrible things thundered. The use of thundered gives you a clue that those terrible things are not.
Huge in comparison.
Sure, yeah, okay, good. So Luke thinks they're huge in comparison to the animals. If something is huge and it's thundering, is it scary? Or you think it's scary? Okay, good. And as animals, would you be scared in the forest? Do you feel safe if you were an animal in this forest? Why not?
Something's out after you.
Something could be after you. Why didn't you stop them from taking Luke?
They're too big and you don't want to get taken too.
You just made a big inference that little things might be afraid of big things, and that's why they didn't say anything. So your fear stopped you from helping Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. What stopped you from helping somebody in the forest if you were an animal?
Like, I would be scared, because then if it's like they're bigger than me, I would be scared compared to size.
And also, it's a huge risk, and it's better to lose one person than having the chance to lose two people, two animals.
Ah, okay, so you're saying take the frog, but don't take me and the squirrel kind of idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end, are you safe? Are you safe? Okay, so the last creature is what? What is the last creature alive?
The rabbit.
The rabbit, the little bunny, right? What does he do through this entire thing, the little bunny?
He questions why they obey the terrible things.
Absolutely. I love that. Can you repeat that one more time?
He questions the older rabbit why they have to obey the terrible things.
And what does the older rabbit keep saying to him?
They just do it. You can't do anything about it.
Ah. So right there, what is little rabbit doing to what is big rabbit doing to little rabbit right away? When he says, don't question, just let it happen. What is he doing?
I think he's giving him I think he's giving him not enough
not giving them the answer he wants, so he won't try to like go against the big thing and like hurt himself. He's doing it for the little rabbit's own well-being.
When someone tells you not to question something you know is wrong, right? So you know something's wrong, but you're not allowed to question it. How does that shut you down? What does that do to you?
You don't get the answers that you're looking for.
Absolutely. It makes you stop asking questions, right? Did Little Rabbit stop asking questions?
No.
No, and at the end, what happens with Little Rabbit?
He tries to warn everyone that they would be after them, even after they told them that they wouldn't, but he already knew.
He saw it all happen, didn't he? He saw that history unfold. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say at the end, he was the last one left, and he went to warn the rest of the forest. Went to like, do not give the big things what they want, or he went to warn the rest of the forest.
Okay, I'm the terrible thing, and I'm coming to get you all. You're all different animals. You're a frog, you're a squirrel, you're a rabbit, you're a porcupine, and you're a bird. What would you do now, knowing this? You have this information in front of you. This is a lesson in a different forest. But I'm a terrible thing, and I'm coming to your forest now. What are you going to do? What should you do? What do you think would help? What could you do?
Run away.
Banded
Run away? Ah, okay, go ahead. What were you going to say, Luke?
If everyone went together, we'd have more people, I guess, to try to stop them.
But I don't want to stop him. I don't care if you're killed, Luke. I just want to be saved. What do you say to me?
We're all in
I'm
this
with-
together.
You're all in this together. Why are you all in this together?
Because you don't want to lose anyone, but you don't want to sacrifice yourself to get them.
Okay, well, if I'm not going to sacrifice myself to get them, right? I'm not going to sacrifice myself. But what's going to happen to me if I don't try?
Get captured and killed eventually.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because
He
that's
keeps
what
coming back.
happened last time.
What do you think the author's message is now that you've had a chance to talk about it, think about it, look at the story, retell it in your own words? What is the author saying to you? If you could say, give this personal advice to one other creature in the forest, what is the author saying? What's the message the author's giving you? What's the lesson here?
Stop it before it gets too big.
Oh, okay, good. What else?
Even if you're afraid, you should still try, I guess, before it's too late.
Show compassion to the other animals, so that you may not be the last one left.
Are we going to survive if we don't band together?
No.
No. So what's the author's message to you?
All small things that get together can make a big difference.
Even against a terrible thing?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah. They all work together. If we all work together, then we can stop it.
Who agrees with that? That maybe if we work together, we could stop it. If we didn't, you all are shaking your heads, yes. What if we didn't work together? What's going to happen to us?
We will all be in this alone and we'd all get captured because no one would help us because we didn't help the other animals.
All of us would have a bad outcome.
Okay, very good. Grade 7th and 8th, I'm going to tell you something. This is called an allegory. And what an allegory is when you take a story, you take a real event that happened in history and you create a story around it. So this is actually a real event that happened in history. But an allegory, in this case, we've taken animals and we've made them the characters that really happened in history. So you figured it was about hunting. This is an event in history that happened. Can you think of any event in history where people did not stick together and people were attacked for some quality they might have had, like the color of their skin or their religion? Can you think of any point in history? And maybe you haven't studied this yet, so we'll see if you know what I'm talking about, perhaps. And it might be more than one event in history. It could be different ones. What did you think? What did this remind you of?
At the end, it says the Holocaust.
The Holocaust, okay, and why is this, why do you think this is a text that's teaching you about the Holocaust?
Because
It's
just like the animals, I guess they're different Jewish people, but they all just live their daily lives. But slowly, we're getting captured or killed by the Nazis, one by one. And
Why
they
did-
didn't really band together? They just lived their normal lives.
Go ahead and take the Jews, right? They're different. I don't want to be taken, so we'll just put the focus on the Jewish people so that they can be taken. But I didn't stand up for the Jewish people, and they were taken. What could happen to me next?
You could be taken next.
Why? For different reasons, because they also took like I think it was like gypsies and like people who were like the Aryan race. Was,
It grew
blonde.
beyond that, didn't it?
Yeah, anybody who wasn't Aryan was blonde hair, blue eyes, and like basically Scandinavian. They got rid of
So who at this table would survive?
ish.
You would. You possibly would.
No,
The
no,
rest of us.
No, I have a birth defect a bit, so they'd automatically kill me.
Okay, there you go. Now, you'd be the only one left. If you were the author in this story, what would you say to us before that happened? Would you say, hey, take Luke, don't worry about it. Take Axa, take Mrs. Andrews, it's all right. Just don't take me.
Let's all stick up for each other.
Okay, why? What could happen to you eventually?
I could get taken.
You could. So what the author's message, guys, is what? You just basically have said it many times over. Stick together. Okay. Is it fair to take somebody because they have feathers? Is it fair to take somebody because the color of their skin? Is it fair to take somebody because they have quills? Is it fair to take somebody because they're Jewish? Is it fair to take somebody because they swim in an ocean and they have scales? Is it fair to take somebody then because they speak a different language? Oh, okay, now I'm getting it. Do you see why it's an allegory? They've taken a real event and created a story to teach you the lesson. All right, awesome job, you guys. Awesome job.